It was good, brothers and sisters. Back again with my wife to my side, like always.
Hi.
And we just want to come on here and talk a little bit. We really going to talk about what's called the burden of the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to speak to and say, our people that have been deceived, you can't keep blaming the people that deceived you. You can't stop being bitter of certain brothers in camps who lied. Stop being bitter of certain church pastors who lied, because the Most High gave His word for us to read. The scriptures say, "Study to show yourself approved." The scriptures tell us that the Most High be true and every man a liar. So we can't just be bitter and keep saying, "Oh, I was deceived because of them," and spend your whole life trying to come at them instead of just teaching what's written.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because when I first found out what was up, I believed in some of the lies that these brothers were teaching in these camps. Even that chop. I'm gonna tell you why I believe the chop. I didn't believe Hispanics and Native Indians was black people. Let's get that straight. I believe that the Most High had the power to make whoever He wanted Israelite. So when they was teaching it, I was listening, and I believed it, and it was my fault because I'm taking their breakdowns and listening to their breakdowns instead of me reading for myself to see what it's really talking about. So I'm not mad at them for that. That was my fault, and I had to, you know, be truthful and say that was a lie. You know, so I wasn't teaching people that, but certain people I did tell that might be our people. They said, "No, they ain't our people." And I came back and said, "You right, that ain't our people." You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You right, and I said, "You know what? That was me saying that. That wasn't the word, so I can't put it on the Most High in His word."
Mm-hmm.
And that was my fault because I ain't let every man be a liar and the Most High be true. So that's what I want to say that real quick. So.
Yeah, and then too, also the Most High is a spirit of truth. And when He speaks, truth comes out His mouth. So His word in the beginning was truth.
Right.
And when He speaks to His people, He don't lie. He's not a man that He should lie. So He's not also, the scriptures say, be not deceived, for God is not mocked.
Right.
So you got to look into the word and say, okay, did the Father say this? Or did man say this? And if man said that and his witness is true, I got to go look to see what the Most High's witness is.
Mm-hmm.
What's His answers? Because if not, you can lean on your own understanding. Man can be teaching things, private interpretations can come out of people's mouths. And then, too, you can be bitter about, oh, Eve was deceived. Now, let me ask you this question. Why are you mad at Eve for getting deceived?
Right.
Don't you know that the Most High cursed that serpent for deceiving her?
Mm-hmm.
So it says, cursed be the deceiver.
Right.
Where's your emphasis on the Most High cursing deceivers?
Yeah, ain't no emphasis.
It said that she was deceived.
Right.
Now, what about the deceiver?
Mm-hmm.
So, although there are deceivers out there, an ultimate deceiver, the reason why Adam got punished is because what happened? He said, "What did I tell you, Adam?"
Right.
So it don't matter what everybody else is saying out there. What did the Most High tell you?
That's what it's
so
about.
We're going to dive into what the Most High is telling you. Are you giving your ear to the Most High? Or are you opening up your ear to a spirit to receive lies or any junk? So we're going to see who we should put the blame on.
Right.
Should we blame everybody? Should we blame you? Should we blame pastors, camps? Who gets the blame? And the Most High going to break it down, and He's going to tell us how to view this once and for all.
Right. And it's funny how our brothers and sisters too, but I'm always say brothers because we the ones in the forefront. It's funny how you always coming at camps and coming at our people in the church, but you don't come at the beast. This beast is speaking, and this beast is teaching all types of lies and spreading lies upon the whole earth, and you don't even talk about the beast.
I know.
This beast has deceived everybody.
Mm-hmm.
If you go and look everywhere in the world, they deceived by this beast. They say the image of Christ is Caucasian. Who's spreading that lie?
Yeah.
Amongst the whole earth.
I know.
So the wicked that's speaking lies, because these brothers and camps and churches is nothing compared to this beast.
I know.
They spread their lies worldwide, got everybody deceived. And even in these churches, they got our people teaching their lies. Even in these camps too.
And that's why the Most High said, come out of her, my people. Why did He say come out? Because He knows that beast is a liar.
Yeah.
And that beast has a false prophet system.
False prophet
where
system.
they're out there in a cemetery deceiving people with lies. The fruit of lies comes from the cemetery. But He showed His word to Jacob. So we got to find out. We got to get this root of bitterness out of us. Quit blaming men. Quit blaming women. Quit blaming teachers. If the Most High is your teacher, you shouldn't be bitter because he's not going to mislead you.
No, he ain't.
He's not going to misguide you.
Nope.
And what did he say? Let the blind be the leader. Let the blind lead the blind.
Yeah, they both will fall
and let
to
them
a ditch.
do what they do. But the Most High and his son is not blind.
They ain't.
And if they are blind to what you think they're blind, they can't see, his wisdom is far greater than what you think is wisdom. Because sometimes people say, is there knowledge in the Most High? How does he know?
Right.
Is there wisdom in him? And certain people don't think that he knows. So you're trying to strive with the priest and get in Mashiach's face and dishonor him and say he don't know what he's talking about.
Right. Yeah, I need to cut that out, man.
Yeah.
And like I was saying too, man, and like we saying, stop that.
Yeah.
And there's a beast out here spreading lies. Don't you know the scriptures tell us that all nations wanted after this beast?
Yeah.
But y'all not talking about that. Y'all want to talk about your own people. Okay, our people got deceived too. Don't you understand that? It said everybody wanted after this beast. Except for, guess what? What's the scripture say? If they could, they'd deceive even the saints.
The very elect. If it were possible.
If it was possible.
Deceive is very
They'd
elect.
deceive the very elect. So we not deceived. The ones that's truly believing and serving the Most High, Father, Son, they don't deceive us. But some of our brothers and sisters lost and they got deceived. Don't you understand that?
Yeah.
It's a beast out here that's terrorizing and spreading lies. And nobody talks about this beast.
And I just want to get something. Go to Revelation 13 and just go up a little, because just to get a sneak peek, and then we can do
keep saying that.
a thorough lesson on the beast. I guess since we came out of the system of what you would call religion, and then now you said, okay, now we're over here with each other trying to learn we're supposed to be trees of righteousness, where it shouldn't be no fruit of lies on it. It shouldn't be corrupt trees. Now it's like we're spending time on attacking one another instead of iron sharpening iron.
Right.
So I want to look at this right quick. This is Revelation 13. Just go up like three verses, because this is, they're out there doing this too. So we cannot be ignorant to this. This is actually happening.
Right. We're going to go to this, and then we're going to go to what we're talking about.
Our lesson.
But still, while it's on our spirit, we're going to speak about this.
Oh, yeah. This got to get called out. This cannot act like this is not happening.
Right. You can't just act like this is not even being seen and
out of sight, out of mind.
Sight, yeah, right. Nah.
Yeah, this is just going to get off the hook. And
the
heathens are just the heathen, the beast system just needs to want to hear and sojourn, and we just got to teach them. No, they're out there doing something that the scriptures say that they're going to do. Right. And let's just see what they're doing.
Revelation 13, I'm going to start at verse 3.
All right.
I'm going to just go to verse 3. It says, and I saw one of his heads as if it were wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed.
It was healed.
And all the world wanted after the beast.
No, some of the world.
All the world wanted after the beast.
But they wanted to believe and cleave to an Israelite.
All the world wanted after the beast.
All the world.
Now you notice it didn't say all the world wanted after the camps. It didn't say all the world wanted after Christianity, as far as our people.
As far as our pastors, pork chop pastors,
right.
Y'all call them pastor pork chop.
It says all the world wanted after the beast. Verse 4. And they worshiped the dragon, which gave power unto the beast.
To the beast, worshiping the dragon.
And they worshiped the beast, saying, who is like unto the beast?
No, the people ain't saying that.
They ain't saying who is like unto...
I know. The Most High and his son, comparable to them.
They saying who is like to the beast.
Who is like the Lord, the Most High? No. Who's that? They're making the beast the God.
Right.
The God of the whole earth.
And they saying who was able to make war with him.
And making him the Almighty. That's crazy.
Verse 5. And there was given unto him a mouth. And see, y'all always talking about the black woman mouth and all this. It said it was given to him a mouth.
Why are you here to talk about that mouth?
Why you ain't talking about that mouth? It said it was given to him a mouth, speaking great things and blasphemies.
Blasphemies, but nobody is right here.
Y'all not talking about that.
Banging on the beast. What happened?
Right.
You say you banging on the beast, you making little wax songs.
Right. Are y'all fearful?
And so now you're coming up with stupid names like, oh, Eve bit the fruit.
Right, come on,
But
man.
what is this?
Right.
What is this in Revelation 13? Did you forget?
Yeah, they forgot, and they fearful too.
And you're scared and you're trembling at the knees.
Trembling at the knees,
but
scared.
Here's a mouth that's been opened and you ain't doing nothing to swallow it up.
Nothing.
By speaking the truth, by being valiant for the truth.
Right. And there was given unto him a mouth, speaking great things and blasphemies.
Blasphemies coming all out the mouth.
And power was given unto him to continue 42 months.
And you're not even objection to that. Saying, oh, no, I object to this.
Right.
No,
Ain't
you're
saying
not.
nothing.
Nothing.
Verse 6. And he opened his mouth.
His mouth. You ain't saying nothing about his mouth. And what?
And blaspheme against God.
See that? These are blasphemers.
To blaspheme his name.
See? His name.
And his tabernacle.
Uh-oh, not his tabernacle. They're not doing this.
And them that dwell in heaven.
And that's crazy. Why aren't you talking about this? But you want to talk about men, about how, what's that dude's name that you said that they are trying to promote him?
Oh, that little abominable little sodomite Kevin Samuel.
Yeah, you talking
this
about Kevin and what he's saying
right.
and supposed about the black woman's mouth, but why you ain't talking about the beast in this mouth?
Right.
You scared?
Scared. You ain't talking about this beast.
Instead of talking about someone who got deceived, let's talk about the ultimate deceiver.
Right.
The ones who's blaspheming.
Blaspheming.
You're not saying nothing.
Ain't said nada. Quiet on hush mode.
What? Gag orders?
The true servants and handmaids, we not scared. We're going to speak the Most High word boldly. And we're going to keep talking and nobody can shut us up. And we don't care about what nobody think about us, man. Because we represent the Most High and the Son.
That's right. We're this generation that's supposed to show this. We're not supposed to conceal this. This is Revelation 13 for anybody who don't know what we're talking about.
Right.
Seeing that you want to rally behind this Kevin dude instead of actually looking at what this beast is doing.
Right.
This beast is getting ready to get revealed. It's his time to be revealed.
Yeah, it is. And we're going to read 2 more verses, then we'll get to what we're talking about. Verse 7. And it was given unto him to make war with the saints.
What? War with the saints?
Why y'all not talking about this beast that's making war with the saints? Why y'all keep talking about brothers all the time?
And sisters.
And
brothers
sisters
and
all the
sisters.
time.
Oh, brothers
that talk about
Pharisees.
Of course, if they,
yes.
and they talk about it. Why y'all not talking about this beast?
I know.
Y'all scared. That's why. It said it was given unto him to make war with the saints.
With the saints.
And to overcome them. And power was given him over all kindreds. It wasn't given power to all kindreds in the churches. It was given all kindreds in the camps.
I know.
It was given power to this beast.
I know.
All kindreds and tongues and nations. Verse 8. And all that dwell upon the earth should worship him. What you talking about?
I know. Talking about worshiping a black woman.
Right, worshiping a black woman.
Because she thinks she is an Egyptologist.
Man,
she want to get bowed down to.
They all worshiping this beast.
That's where it's at. Quit playing. Quit trying to deflect. Quit trying to throw up smoke screens.
Right. Y'all niggas is wicked. Y'all niggas is soft. Y'all niggas is scared. And that's why I'm going to keep saying it all day, every day. My head is Mashiach. I follow no man. I only fellowship with my brothers that had nothing but love for me and the Most High word. And our sisters that had nothing but love for the Most High, His word and their peoples. That's the only people I rock with. I don't rock with nobody that's weak, phony, and fake. I don't rock with none of y'all.
Yeah, y'all weak in the faith.
I'm telling you, I don't.
You faithless.
Verse 8, and all that dwell upon the earth should worship him, whose names are not
written. Where?
In the book
of where?
Of
life.
Of the Lamb.
That's right.
Slain.
That's right.
From the foundation.
Where?
Of the world.
The world.
You understand that?
Do you?
So that's what it is.
Do you?
So now, after we got that established, hopefully.
Now the image. That's why I wanted to come there 2 verses up. Because they said, let us make an image. Yeah, the image. Let us make an image unto the beast.
Okay, hold on. What do you want to go to?
Let's like about 3 verses up from Revelation 13.
All right, let's see.
Yeah, let us make an image.
Okay.
Yeah, the image. And they all working together and coming together and said, let us make an image to the beast. And the only thing you can conspire about is faking like you hate your sisters. Faking like you hate your brothers. Faking like you hate Eve.
Right.
But what about the beast?
They don't have no problem with the beast. They love the beast.
And what the beast did.
Right. All right, verse 15. No, first of all, I'm going to go to verse 13.
All right.
It says, and he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men. 14. And deceiveth them that dwell on the earth.
And does what?
And deceiveth.
And deceives them that dwell where?
On the earth.
That's where we're at, aren't we?
Yeah.
So who's the deceiver?
Right.
And deceiveth them That's on the earth.
That's on the
We're
earth.
not in the garden no more.
Right.
We're under a rulership of who? This beast.
Right.
And they're out there deceiving those who dwell where?
On the earth.
On the earth.
Yeah. By the means of those miracles which she had power to do in the sight of the beast.
To do in the sight of the beast.
Don't you understand that? Saying to them that dwell on the earth.
What are they saying?
That they should make an image to the beast.
You hear this? The throne of iniquity said they should make an image where?
To the beast.
To the beast.
Which had the wound by a sword and did live.
And did live.
Verse 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast. That the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. So this beast had power. If you don't worship this beast in the image, you're going to be killed. But y'all sitting there talking about it's our people that's going out here deceiving. But y'all don't talk about this beast and this false prophet and who's running after the beast and who's putting all these lies out. Y'all not talking about that. I wonder why. Are y'all scared? Are y'all scared because you think they so powerful and mighty that you got to watch what you say? When we supposed to understand that the Most High say, look, don't fear who can kill what? The body and soul, but fear the one that can kill both. Because they only kill the body, they can't kill the soul. So what y'all fearful for? I don't understand that. Stop being fearful, man. Speak the truth. Speak the Most High word. Go all out for it. That's what we do over here. And we don't care who don't like it. We don't care who's talking about us behind the scenes. We'll keep speaking the Most High word and truth and boldness. And that's what it is. That's what we're going to keep doing. We'll keep doing it. So it don't even matter. So from there, let's see. I wait for my wife to come back. We got to get our children together. You know what I'm saying? Our daughter just woke up. It's all good. We're going to get right into what we're talking about, man. We can't keep blaming everybody for what we doing wrong. The Most High left His word for us. We got to read it and understand it and study it. If you don't understand something, ask the Most High to open your understanding up so you can understand His word. So you know what He's talking about. Stop believing and putting your trust in lying man. Let the Most High be true, every man a liar. That's the whole message, man. We do this because we love the Most High in His word. We don't do this to be seen of men. We don't do this so somebody can say, look at me and my wife, and we can just say, and they can say, let's follow them. No, don't follow us. Follow what's written. Follow what's written, man. And that's the message we trying to push out there to our people. I'm going to see what's up with my wife. I'm going to wait. Because we're going to go right into it. Let me get this here. 2 Corinthians 11. Yeah, we got to put this out there. Yes, indeed. We got to put this out there. Because this got to be talked about, man. 2 Corinthians 11, 1 through 3. It says, would to God you could bear with me a little in my folly, and indeed bear with me. Verse 2. For I am jealous over you with godly jealousy. Over you with godly jealousy, for I have espoused you to one husband, that I may present you as a chaste virgin to Christ. Now, y'all got to read this and understand what that's talking about. What's that talking about? Verse 3. But I fear, lest by any means, as the serpent beguiled Eve, you hear that? It says, as the serpent beguiled Eve. It says, beguiled Eve through his subtlety, so your minds should be corrupted from the simplicity that is in Christ, my shot.
Mm-hmm. That your minds may be beguiled, tricked. As Eve. So anybody now can fall victim to a deceiver.
Right.
You know, so don't just sit up there and find scriptures and say, where deception began. But where is it going to end? Because if Mashiach is the end of your faith, and he's the author and finisher of your faith, why do you keep bringing up a deceiver? What are you making fun of Eve and saying, ha, 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 you got deceived? But you're getting deceived. And matter of fact, you're getting deceived by that Revelation 13 beast.
Right.
Because he put his image up, and now everybody thought that he's the people of the book, and they told you were a Hamite, swinging on a tree, eating bananas, and spitting out watermelon seeds. So that's what and your porch monkey. So, and you believed everything everybody said. Oh, they called us 3/5. They said this, they said that. But what did the Most High say?
Right. And I'm saying they don't believe that. I'm read again. 2 Corinthians 11, 1. It says, "But would to God ye could bear with me a little in my folly, and indeed bear with me."
Yeah.
Verse 2. "For I am jealous over you with godly jealousy. For I have espoused you to one husband."
Godly jealousy, looking at you because look who you're with. You're not with Mashiach. Look who you joined to.
And see, that one husband, they're not joined to that one husband.
I know.
Because I'm just going to be honest with you, man. A lot of our brothers that's acting and faking like they love the Most High and the Son, y'all niggas are phony. You niggas are liars. Your head is not Mashiach. You don't believe in Mashiach because if you did, you'll be walking like him, talking like him. You don't believe in Mashiach. And brothers get scared when you have certain people try to say, "Oh, Christ is an idol." You get scared and say, "Oh, well, I don't believe this." Man, I believe everything that's written. I don't care about these fake spirits coming around. Mashiach's going to be king. Every knee going to bow like it's written. And that's what's going to be. And you know what I'm saying? Nobody can trick me and have me going against what's written. Y'all niggas don't believe Mashiach's your head. You faking.
And you don't follow him.
You don't follow him.
Because
you faking. Y'all niggas are faking phonies.
If you did, you would do well calling him Lord and Master and do what he tells you to do as Lord. You say how Sarah did well by calling Abraham Lord.
Right.
Why aren't you calling your husband Lord?
Can't even call him Lord. Scared to call him Lord. Oh, I don't want to go. Scared to call him Lord.
I wouldn't want to say that because my Antichrist buddies.
Antichrist buddies.
Looking at me funny.
Y'all niggas don't believe in Mashiach. It's your head. Your niggas is phony.
Oh well. So hey, be Antichrist, pro beast, because wherever the beast is going, that's who you gonna follow. You gonna follow the beast. You gonna chant and say he's champion.
Right.
And he getting ready. Mashiach getting ready to come and show out. He getting ready to show the beast who really the champion is.
Right.
Just like David showed Goliath.
Right.
But this is going to be once and for all.
Yeah.
And so the Most High is setting this up really well. He's seeing who really is for righteousness and who really is for wickedness.
Yeah.
And yes, the separation is beginning spiritually.
Yeah, it is.
On who's just doing this and who really is following the Mashiach.
Service.
Who's really following the Mashiach.
Right.
Or who's just in here to sow discord, whisper, backbite, lie.
Right.
Be malicious. Because you know the Most High don't dwell in a malicious soul.
No, you don't.
Wisdom don't dwell in no malicious soul.
Nope.
So y'all can fake it till you make it all day, every day. But the Lord, he understands who's who. He understands the heart. He can read your mind.
Yeah, you do.
He knows your intent, too. His word is quick, it's powerful. It's sharper than any two-edged sword.
Two-edged sword.
And he's getting ready to discern who really is who.
Right.
And speaking against his son is a no-no.
Yeah.
That shows you who you are.
I'm always uplift the Most High and his son.
Oh, yeah.
Always. I'm not going to never act like his son is irrelevant.
Yeah.
He's just some man and hell no.
That you can
he's
talk
more
at.
Than that. Yeah, right.
But then this beast, you uplift him and say he's another species.
Right.
That he comes from outside being.
And
outside of just a man.
You look at the beast, he's so powerful. Man, get out of here.
Another species. That's a shame.
Man, that's crazy.
When he made man for the earth.
Right. So we're going to go, I'm going to read it again. 2 Corinthians 11, and I'm going to go to 3.
Mm-hmm.
But I fear lest by any means, as the serpent beguiled Eve through his substance.
That's what that serpent did.
So your minds.
So wait, your minds.
For all y'all talking about this Eve talk.
Your minds, the men's minds.
So your minds.
Your minds.
Should be corrupted.
Corrupted.
From the simplicity that is in Mashiach.
So you have not so learned Mashiach Christ. You have not. So don't worry about women getting deceived when you're deceived.
Yeah, you deceived.
You're deceived. You don't even want to obey the word yourself.
Right.
So you're in darkness.
Yeah, you are.
Even though you think you're in the light because you claim that the law is among you and you're leaning on Yah. Yeah, all right.
You're in darkness.
But then the light is shining. You don't want to walk while there's light.
Right.
And now you're in gross darkness with the people.
Darkness.
And this whole world is darkness.
Full of
and it's covered the whole earth.
Right.
Now you're becoming the children of the night.
Yeah.
So now he's going to roll up on you like a thief.
Mm-hmm.
That day is going to come on you unaware.
Right.
Because you're not the children of the light.
Nope.
You don't want to dwell in the light, that your deeds may be rotten. Yah. You don't.
Right.
Even though you quote Psalm 68 and 4, Yah, Yah, and all that. Right. I don't say J, I say Yah.
Yeah, you want to be
phony.
in darkness. All that fake.
That's phony.
I read this and I don't use the J and
J.
all that. A lot of y'all are straight phony, man.
Phony.
Everybody, a lot of y'all people that say you want to just learn the Hebrew and scholars, I'm telling y'all phony, man. A lot of y'all phony.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be honest with you.
And
anybody think I'm just making this up? Hit me up and call me if you know me. If you think I'm talking about you or you think I'm just talking, I'm telling you, I'm calling out anybody in the spirit that's going against what's written. You phony. I'm calling out. That's the spirits I'm calling out. Anybody that's going against what's written, you're phony and you're fake and that's
father,
what it is.
The devil.
You're your father, the devil, man.
You love Satan,
I'm not gonna
the deceiver, because that's what he was, a liar, and then make it. The truth is a boast.
Nope.
That's what it is. It's about clicks, fake counsels behind the scenes.
Man,
and I don't care about your clique. I don't care about men pleasing or being seen of a man or eye service.
None of that. Now we go to Matthew 12. We don't care about none of that. 36 and 37. It says, "But I say unto you that every idle word that men shall speak, they shall give account thereof in the day of judgment."
Oh, and that day is coming.
So everything you talking about, man, is going to be held against you in the day of judgment, man.
Every idle word.
Yeah.
Because we don't eat the bread of idleness over here.
Nah, we don't.
Because you know why? The devil's workshop is what? An idle mind.
Right.
So when your mind is idle and your mind ain't stayed on the Most High, it's going to peer out and venture out to what? The abode of Satan.
Yeah.
And now you're going to be in the congregation of the dead.
Right.
But you're supposed to be a living soul, waiting on the redemption of the soul to be made a quickening spirit, like Mashiach was. The Father did what he did with his Lamb, and he made him alive again. He's alive forevermore. He was dead, and now he's alive and forevermore. Right. Don't you want to follow in that footstep? No, you want to go in the footstep of a beast. That fake got a wound healed.
Right.
But guess what? That wound that he healed temporarily for his purpose, so that he could show forth his power like he did in Egypt. Oh, his day is coming. Right. The beast and the false prophet, their day is coming. Everything that they uttered in blasphemy against the Most High, they're going to pay.
It's over for them. They're going to pay. His judgment comes to them. Verse 37 say, "For by their words, thou shalt be justified.
Either justified.
And by their words, thou shalt be condemned."
And you know why I like that? Because that lets you know that your lips are not your own. Now, you may say, who's Lord over us? Your lip is your own. But right there, he's telling you, every word that comes out of your mouth, we're going to see who you really living by. You said you live by every word that proceeded out of Yah? Or did you really live by what? Your belly. Right. Was your belly your God? Because remember, the Lord proved us, our ancestors, when we came out, to see who we really were going to listen to. Right. Or did you want to go back into Egypt and be a bondman and a bondwoman again? You want to go backwards.
Right. And a lot of y'all brothers and sisters, y'all want to go back to Egypt.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all keep talking y'all Judah. Y'all sound like Ephraim. Yeah. Y'all sound like y'all want to go back to Egypt.
Oh, yeah. You love spiritual Egypt and spiritual Sodom.
Y'all
love it. You love those two places.
Going to your heathens. That's why y'all listen to the commentary. Yep. That's why I talk about anthropology, archaeology,
biology, saying it came from a monkey.
All that crazy stuff these bastards, heathens talk about. Y'all love these little
philosophies.
Philosophy and wisdom. Y'all love it.
You love it.
Well, guess what? We reject that.
Oh, yeah.
And we know y'all don't like us for that. It's okay.
Well.
We'll take...
to the well.
Let me say it like this. If this is anthropology...
Hey, I do it. I do
this is archaeology...
Okay.
That's what we do.
That's what it does.
And not only that, if I had a lighter, I burn it. And guess what? You can't see it, I throw it right in the trash.
Oh, yeah.
That's how we feel about that. It's garbage.
Yeah.
We're going to keep that as garbage.
That's right.
We don't care about the wisdom of this world, man. It's foolishness to the Most High.
It is. And he don't like it. He's angry with the wicked every day.
Every day.
It's something that the wicked is doing every day, and that's why his spirit is long suffering.
Yeah.
And it's all going to be worth it when it's all said and done. Where we at now?
Now we're going to go into...
the lesson at hand.
Right. Why y'all need to stop trying to blame brothers in these camps and stop blaming brothers in these churches. Because now it's going to be on your spirit to understand this.
Because we get ready to blame everybody who is getting ready to fit this, because we getting ready to talk to everybody now, not just camps and pastors. We gonna include who the Most High is saying, the whole house.
Right.
We're getting ready to break this down through the spirit of prophecy as it is written line upon line.
Right.
So listen up.
So we're going to Jeremiah.
All right.
23.
All right.
18 through 40. We're going to read
like
all
a plan.
that.
18 through 40. Let's get it.
18 say, for who has stood in the counsel of the Lord, and have perceived and heard his word? That's a question mark. Who have mocked his word and heard it? That's another question. 19. Behold, a whirlwind of the Lord is gone forth in fury.
Yes, it is.
Even a grievous whirlwind. It shall fall grievously upon who? The head of the wicked.
Of the wicked.
His whirlwind is going to fall grievously upon the head of the wicked. 20. The anger of the Lord shall not return.
Until what?
Until he have executed. Until he have performed the thoughts of his heart.
The thoughts of his heart. His righteous heart.
In the latter days, you should consider.
And that's what we're doing.
Yeah, perfectly.
That's what we're
doing. We're in the latter days right now.
And we're considering this perfectly because wisdom and knowledge is the stability of our time.
That's right.
It's high time to awake to righteousness. Seek the kingdom and its righteousness so that he can add things to you, which you guys love the things, but you don't want the kingdom and its righteousness.
Right. 21. I have not sent these prophets. You got a lot of... Now, we're going to go here. Now, we talking about what happened in this time, and we talking about now.
Yeah.
It's both.
Yeah.
It says, I have not sent these prophets.
That's what he told Jeremiah to tell the people.
Yet they ran.
But you ran like he sent you.
Whose same boat ran? I have not spoken to them.
Didn't speak to them.
All these prophets from back in the day, and now some of they prophets, most I say he not spoken to them.
Didn't say one word to them.
He didn't speak to them.
So if he ain't speaking to them, who's speaking to you?
Yet they prophesied.
But yet they running their mouth, saying stuff.
Right. And it's funny, you had some brothers talking about a woman can't prophesy. Because my brother was had his wife reading the Bible. He said, hey, wait a minute, she's prophesying.
She's prophesying.
She can't prophesy.
She can't prophesy.
But she's reading out the word.
Reading the scripture.
She's reading the scripture.
Even
though Joel said that
he gonna pour his spirit out
on his what?
Servants and handmaids and sons and your sons and daughters will prophesy.
Right. So they can prophesy.
Oh yeah.
But we reading here where these people are faking. It says, I have not sent these prophets.
Didn't send them.
Yet they ran.
They ran.
I have not spoken to them.
Didn't even speak to them.
Yet they prophesied.
Prophesied running the mouth.
22. But if they had stood in my counsel.
If they really did.
It had caused my people to hear my words.
And if he was really talking through them.
Now let's see what happened if the Most High was talking to these people. It says, then they should have turned them from their evil way.
And they would have turned them from evil.
So these false prophets out here talking about to be the prophets of the Lord, why they ain't turning our people from the evil way?
I know.
Why you in certain camps and churches and all that, and these people still wicked? Why you still having these niggas being adulterers, whoremongers? Why these sisters still being the way they are as far as
whoring around,
all that?
Around, yeah.
So why, if these people are true prophets, why did they turn away evil, which we reading about?
Yeah.
So you can't keep blaming brothers in camps and churches. You got to read for yourself to understand what's going on. That's the message.
You have to turn from your evil way.
Right.
So if you're putting yourself over, say you want to be over the flock, how come you're not speaking to turn them from sin?
Right. That's the message. Where's the turning from sin? How can you have an organization, you got thousands of members and hundreds of members, and they not turning from sin? You just got a big congregation, but none of them is turning from sin.
None of them.
They're all hypocrites.
Hypocrites.
They all
liars.
False prophets and liars. They're not turning from their evil ways.
They're not doing it.
Let me read this again. But if they had stood at my counsel,
then what?
It had caused my people to hear my words.
Then they would cause
his words, not the words that you lying about talking. his words, then they should have turned.
They would have turned
them from their evil ways.
And that's what the word of God does. It turns you from evil ways.
Right. And from the evil of their doings.
And your works that are wicked, contrary to righteousness.
Right.
It would have turned them from that.
Verse 23.
Not tickling their ears, not getting money from them,
Nope.
turning them away from wickedness.
Right. Not no tithing and all this wild, wicked stuff.
Not trying to heap
Turn
disciples
away
unto yourselves,
from
getting
evil
cliques and little social gatherings.
Right.
Turn them away from sin.
Right.
Not suffering sin upon your neighbors.
Right. That's what it's all about.
That's what this is about. If you're really standing in his word.
Right.
And this is the measuring stick of righteousness.
23. Am I a God at hand?
Is he? Or is he afar off?
Do y'all believe that the Most High is a God at hand?
No.
Man?
I don't think they do.
Saith the Lord, and not a God afar off?
They think he's just you got to wait till what? Judgment Day. You put him off, right? So you don't think his counseling is at hand.
Right.
It's prolonged, right?
A lot of people don't believe in the Most High. I'm telling you, they don't believe.
Perpetrating.
They read this Bible and think it's just a story to read. They don't believe it's true.
Or they're trying to get filthy lucre off someone.
Right. That's what it is.
That's what it is. Filthy lucre.
Yeah.
Divining for reward.
Right.
Judging for hire. Teaching for hire.
Right. 24. It says, can any hide himself in secret places that I should not see him? Do y'all think that y'all can hide and the Most High can't see you? Do y'all think y'all can be out here lying and teaching something that you ain't really living yourself? Do you think you could try to give advice to people and you're not living that walk yourself? Who you think you fooling?
I know.
Let me read this again. Can any hide himself in secret places that I should not see him?
The answer is no.
You think you're going to hide from the Most High?
No.
You might get hide from us. You ain't hide from the Most High.
Because you got you have a rough garment to deceive. You're a wolf in sheep clothing.
Saith the Lord, do not I feel heaven and earth?
Yeah, he does. He feels it.
Saith the Lord. 25. I have heard what the prophet said.
What they say?
That prophesied lies in my name. Saying I have dreamed. And I got to say this real quick. Wicked, false brothers said this, talking about Martin Luther King. Let's read this again. It says, I have heard what the prophet said, that prophesied lies in my name. Martin Luther King never prophesied anything about the Most High. So y'all some liars, you hate your own people. He never prophesied nothing about the Most High. This talking about the false prophets of the children of Israel who speak the Most High words lying.
And handling the word deceitfully.
Deceitfully. It had nothing to do with Martin Luther King. This talking about the false prophets back then, and it's talking about these false prophets that these niggas, they say they prophets now. It's about you wicked niggas.
Yeah, because you said it came from the Most High.
Right.
And so you got to tell it.
Right, so don't put this with Martin Luther King. You're a damn liar. Get the hell out of here. We reject that over here. It says, I have heard what the prophet said, that prophesied lies in my name. Because y'all coming to the Most High.
I know.
Oh, we come to the Most High name. By
Hashem Mashiach Yahweh Shai.
What's up?
Yahweh Yahweh Shai.
What's up names?
Yeshaya, Yahushua, Yahusha.
Haya.
Yeah.
All these names y'all coming in.
Yeah.
Y'all come. Martin
Yahushua.
Luther King never came in that name. So that's applying to you wicked niggas and our ancestors back then.
Yeah.
That's what it's talking about. I have heard what the prophet said, that prophesied lies in my name, saying, I have a dream. Verse 26. And y'all dreamed that lie about that chop. Y'all dreamed a lie about God loved the whole world. That's y'all dreams.
That the two sticks is us, and then you putting foreign people up in there and bringing them hand to hand, doing little wicked pictures of a native Indian with blood and all. I'm like, what the heck is this?
Sick.
I'm like, look at, what is this garbage?
That's sick. And this garbage.
And then a black guy, he's all wounded, his eyes all black, and y'all putting that before people. I'm like, what is this trash?
It's garbage, man. Garbage.
This is sick art.
Yeah.
You guys are sick.
Yeah. Because they never went through no struggles we went through, man. Let's just get that clear. When we was having the dogs and fire hose and all that sick on us, these bastards y'all saying our people is not dead. So stop playing. Verse 27. Which think to cause my people to forget my name by their dreams.
Yeah.
Now, see, Martin Luther King never did that. Stop playing.
Yeah, where did he make you forget the Most High's name when it was already forgotten already?
Right. Man, stop playing. It says, which think to cause my people to forget my name by their dreams, which they tell every man to his neighbor, as their fathers have forgot my name for Baal.
See,
Baal.
that's what you did. Like the same way that you went into Balaam worship, you're doing it with your little weak dreams.
Right.
And saying, I've dreamed, as though the Lord gave you a spiritual
He
vision.
He ain't get it.
And really came from your own heart. You prophesied it out of your own deceit, out of your own heart. And I know Satan helped you concoct some of it too. Because he loves to help you lie.
Because that's your father.
That's right. You love the bread of idleness. So you were feeding on the bread of idleness, not the bread come down from heaven.
Right. 28. The prophet that have a dream, let him tell the
That's
dream.
right. Like Joseph was a dreamer. He told dreams.
Right. And he that have my word.
That's right. Like Mashiach, he has the word. Christ has the word.
Let him speak my word faithfully.
That's exactly what they do. Speak it faithfully. Not wavering, not tossed to and fro.
Right.
By every wind of doctrine.
Right.
No. Faithfully.
Right. What is the chaff to the wheat?
Yeah, what is it?
Said the Lord.
What is it?
29. Is not my word like as a fire?
Yeah, it is. You compare his word to fire, that's what it is. Jeremiah said it's like fire shut up in his bones.
Right. Said the Lord.
That's right.
And like a hammer that breaketh the rock in pieces. Is not that his word like that?
Like the hammer.
A fire and a rock a hammer that breaks the rocks to pieces?
The rocks in pieces. He dashes them to pieces. That goes to show you who's the consuming fire. Our God is a consuming fire.
Right.
And a hammer that will break rocks in pieces.
Right.
Will dash the Assyrian, the Babylonian, the Egyptian,
right,
the Sodomite.
Yep. He's dashing all
the
them
Greeks,
pieces.
the Romans.
All of them.
All of them. I don't care if they're fenced with iron.
Ishmael.
Oh,
Ham.
yeah. All of them. Whatever empire.
Ethiopians.
They're all nothing
all
to
them
him.
bastards.
He is fire, and he's a hammer that breaks rocks to pieces.
To pieces.
I know. That's what he does. And he's a consuming fire.
Oh, yeah.
And there's no fire department that can quench the spirit.
You can't quench that. You can't, look, volcanoes.
Can't quench it.
Some people can say, they can go there and say, we can control it. You can't control it what the Most High have.
No, you can't touch
his
lava.
Fire, you can't control it.
No, you can't.
You can't control his fire.
You cannot quench what he
and
pours
even,
out.
Right, even the lava, when it erupts,
yeah.
they can be there for a second. Oh, look
look at
that thing erupt. They running. And guess what? His weather is his weather. It's not Mother Nature.
No.
It's not HARP, which you fools want to believe. That's the Most High.
It's him.
And he's bringing the judgment, and that's when he sends his storms out, his tempests.
He sure does. He does.
So from there we can go to, I'll read again, verse 29. Jeremiah 23:29. Is not my word like as a fire?
Yeah, it is.
Saith the Lord, and like a hammer that breaketh the rock to pieces?
Yes, it is.
Verse 30. Therefore, behold, I'm against the prophets, saith the Lord, that still not what's the word people use nowadays? Man, they saying is they keep saying is context. Not context. He said not context. It says I'm against the prophets that steal my words. Not context, that steal my words. Everyone from his neighbor. 31. Behold, I'm against the prophets, said the Lord, that use their tongues. They all out here speaking and say, he said. So that goes back earlier when I was saying that I'm not upset with the brothers that taught these lies because that's them talking. That's not the Most High talking.
I know.
That was my fault for believing they lies. So I'm not going to sit there and be bitter and keep talking about niggas in camps all day long and talking about my brothers and sisters in these churches because that's the Most High word is not what they saying. That's their word. It says, behold, I'm against the prophets of the Lord that use their tongues and say, he saith. Because if I'm looking at Hosea 7:8, it's talking about a pancake. It's talking about a Puerto Rican That's their words.
Mm-hmm.
That's not the Most High word.
I know.
If I'm hearing God loves everybody and I'm not understanding that he's talking about what the truth in Israel, that's their words. If I'm hearing Esau is everybody, he's a fallen angel, he's a different species, that's your word.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm hearing that you can have sojourners and cleavers and the
uncircumcised and flesh and heart come in.
all that's
bring
your
them in.
words. If I'm hearing about don't boast against the branches, and the branches is not talking about heathens, talking about Israelites, that's your words. So I gotta understand that that's your words.
Yeah, because your words is not fire.
No, it
And
ain't.
your word cannot break. It can't even bust a grape. So all of what you're saying, he's comparing who he is versus what you are when you're a damn liar.
Right.
And of your father's devil.
That's what it is. 32. Behold, I am against them that prophesy false dreams.
That's who he's against.
Saith the Lord. And do tell them and cause my people to err by their lips.
Lips. Their lips
My
are
bad, by their lies.
by their lies coming out.
By their lies.
Their lies.
And by their lightness. Yet I sent them not.
Didn't even send them.
He ain't sent
And you falling behind them.
Right.
So who you saying that? So why isn't the Lord blaming Eve right here? Because remember, he punished Eve in Genesis 3. Why he ain't say, oh, there go Eve again deceiving everybody. There she go. Mm-hmm. Look, there she go. Eve, what you doing over there?
Right.
Yeah, right. He's getting on prophets.
Right.
Quit playing.
Right. Let me read it again. Verse 32. Jeremiah 23:32. Behold, I'm against them that prophesy false dreams, saith the Lord, and do tell them, and cause my people to err by their lies.
He hates that.
And by their likeness, yet I sent them not.
Didn't send them.
Nor commanded them. See, that's why I gotta say, we can't blame them because the Most High didn't send them or command them.
And we're going to get deeper on why we're going there. Because you say, yeah, you're getting on false prophets. That's what we're doing. But he getting ready to tell you what's going on. Mm-hmm. Because he wrote to you. You're getting ready to see what we're leading up to. We're going to get there.
Therefore, they should not profit this people at all.
They're not profiting the people.
And
false prophets
see that. They ain't profit none
false
of us.
Prophets and false apostles, teachers do not profit you at all.
Nope.
False brothers, false sisters do not profit the people.
At all.
Now, he said all that to say, and Jeremiah getting ready to bring it out.
Right. Oh, I didn't even see this. Quanaf said, Most High bless. Most High bless, brother.
Most High bless.
And brother Trey Kahan Ben Yashrada said, Shalom, my beloved brother and sister.
Hi,
hey,
brother.
Shalom, brother.
Much love to
y'all,
you
man.
and your family.
Right. Number love to
love
y'all household.
What I'm
my
saying,
bad.
love.
I didn't see y'all comment.
Yeah, shout out to y'all.
Number love to y'all.
Shout out to y'all.
And verse 33 say, and when this people or the prophet or priest shall ask thee, saying, what is the burden of the Lord?
Mm-hmm. So when the people, the prophet, the priest, and they say, what's the message? The burden of the Lord. What's the message?
I will even punish that man
in
his house.
What verse is that? That's Jeremiah what?
23 and 34.
That's Jeremiah 23:34. So the Most High is telling you that he's writing. Do not automatically assume that what's coming out someone's mouth. I don't care if you're the ordinary people. I don't care if you're the priest. I don't care if you're the prophet. Whatever you call yourself or whatever you are. Do not say, that's the messenger of the Lord.
Right.
That's the burden of the Lord. And he's going to tell you why.
Right. All right. Verse 35 say, thus shall ye say everyone to his neighbor.
Now, this is what you shall say, so you can understand what it means to let every man be a liar and let God be true.
And everyone to his brother.
Everyone to his neighbor and brother.
What have the Lord answered?
What did the Lord answer? I hear what you're saying. I know words are coming out your mouth. It sounds powerful. Mm-hmm. But what did the Most High?
What have the Lord answered?
What did he answer?
And what have the Lord spoken?
And what did he speak?
And that's what we do. We ask people all the time. Did the Most High say that?
Did he say it?
You said a pen and that flip. Where's that at?
Where's that at?
Where the Most High say that?
Yeah.
And what's his answer?
Yeah.
Oh, you saying a speckled bird?
Yeah.
It's talking about we gonna be looking like different people. What the Most High say? What's his answer?
Yeah. Where's that at?
Oh, you saying I'm gonna say it. You talk about Igboos and everybody. What's the Most High say? What's his answer? All these people that's claiming they us and is not proven. What did the Most High say? What's the answer? That's pretty much what you're saying. Because we know who we are, fathers and children. We know us, and we know what's written. We can't just be going off people's word. What did the Most High say? What's his answer?
Yeah. And we gotta look at this. What's coming from the mouth of the Most High?
Right.
And what did he answer?
Yep.
That's how we have to approach this, because the Most High did not like the fact that his people was getting deceived. Because he's not mocked.
He ain't.
Even though people was running and using his name and saying he said it and he didn't say it.
Right.
And they sent themselves, and the Most High never said, "Hey, go out there and tell my people that." Like I told Jeremiah to go speak. Like I told Obadiah to go speak.
Right.
Like I told Nahum and Habakkuk
Right.
to go speak. But now certain of these people, I'm a prophet. And
Right.
now you listening to
them.
them. Didn't even send them, but they ran.
They ran.
So the Most High, in order to rectify that and correct, he said, Jeremiah, go tell them this. I want to break
That's
this
the burden
down.
of the Lord.
I don't care who in leadership or even the people.
Right.
Write to them and tell them. Let's go over this one more time so everybody can have a thorough understanding on what the Most High is saying to us, so that we won't fall for deception.
Right.
And don't act like you upset with just Eve, who was just deceived by a serpent.
Right.
Because some of your minds
what?
have been deceived with Satan's serpent.
Right. And it says deceived by
Deceived.
serpent. It didn't say Eve went out and deceived. It says she was deceived.
Yes.
Then the scriptures say, so some of your minds deceived, as Eve was.
So now you got prophets out there being deceivers.
Right.
So it ain't Eve taking it to their spouses.
Nope.
It's people lying and saying the Lord said it and didn't even say it. Didn't even come out his mouth. So
Right.
he wanted us to be on game, to not just an old serpent and what happened in the garden with Eve and Adam, but also what's going on in the midst of his children in his house. On with foolishness that they're bringing into the homes, the households, into our ears and our minds.
Right.
Because you're receiving another spirit.
Yeah, you are.
And he didn't say that.
Nope. I'm gonna go up. I'm read 35.
All right.
I'm gonna go ahead. It says, "Thus shall ye say everyone to his neighbor,
Yes.
and everyone to his brother.
All right.
What have the Lord answered?"
What did the Lord answer?
Y'all ask these questions.
Are
What
you-
have the Lord answered?
Are you just going, wow, to everything you like Eve?
Right.
Wow. Didn't even let it check out with the Lord. You just said, ah.
Right.
Not
You-
even
you're
knowing the Most
amazed-
High said it.
You're amazed that somebody giving an answer. And it says, "What have the Lord spoken?"
What did he speak? See where it's coming from. You got to try these spirits.
And what the scripture say? If they speak not according to this word, there's no light in them.
And believe not every spirit, but try
Right.
these spirits to see what spirits are. See, Eve didn't know how to try the spirit.
Right.
But after the fact, they did.
Mm-hmm.
They learned how to discern spirits
Right.
of good and evil. Now the man has become like us to know good and
To
evil.
no good and evil.
So now we got to discern this too. That's
Got
what
to,
this
man.
whole chapter is about, discernment.
Got to. Verse.
Yeah.
Now go ahead.
No, go ahead.
All right, verse 36. It says, "In the burden of the Lord shall ye mention no,
No more."
So don't say the Lord said this and he said that. It says the burden of the Lord, don't mention that no more.
Yeah.
And then it says, "For every man's word should be his burden."
You hear that? That's his burden, his word. Every man. I don't care who that man is. That's his word. Whatever.
For ye have perverted
Mmm.
the words of the living God,
Whoa. You don't do that.
of the Lord of hosts,
Mm.
our God. So you did that? You perverted his words by saying that he said something what he didn't say.
Didn't even say.
You said that and lied and said that was the burden of the Lord. And you said that was what he said. He didn't say it.
I know.
That's what we're trying to read y'all, the burden of the Lord.
Yeah.
Don't say the burden of the Lord.
Yeah.
He didn't say it. You didn't get no answer from him.
No.
The answer came from your own lustful mind.
Right. Because Jeremiah got answers from the Most High to speak.
Right.
The prophets, the holy prophets got the word from the Most High and they spoke his word faithfully.
Right.
But you're not speaking his word faithfully when you're prophesying out your own heart. Deceits, lies, falsehood, fables, mythology, philosophies of men, rudiments of this world.
Right. You're lying saying heathens are Israelites. You're lying saying everybody can be saved. You're lying. Just whatever you saying that's not what's written.
And he didn't say it.
You're lying. The Most High didn't say that's what you saying.
And you said
guess
you
what?
see it.
You saying you see it. Guess what? You getting that from other books. You getting that from heathens commentary. Let's get it from. Let me read it again. I'm gonna read Jeremiah 23 and verse. Where I'm at. Let me see. 36. It says, "And the burden of the Lord shall ye mention no more.
Yeah.
For every man's word shall be his burden.
Your own word.
For ye have perverted."
That's why he's saying that you perverted.
You perverted the words of the living God.
That's right. That's how he handles false prophets.
Of the Lord of hosts, our God.
Our God. Our God ain't no liar. He's a spirit of truth.
He ain't no liar. 37. "Thus shalt thou say to the prophet."
What are you going to say to the prophet?
"What have the Lord answered thee?"
That's right. What did he answer?
What have the Lord spoken?
Yeah, what did he speak so we can see if you're a liar?
38. "But since ye say the burden of the Lord,"
ooh, you in trouble.
"therefore thus saith the Lord."
See that?
"Because ye say this word,"
because you're saying that word,
"the burden of the Lord."
See that?
"And I have sent unto you, saying, ye shall not say the burden of the Lord."
You shouldn't say that.
Now let's see what happened to our people because of this. "Therefore, behold, I, even I, will utterly forget you."
See that?
Do you want the Most High to forget you?
Do
Because you lying and saying he said something he didn't say?
Through a man or a woman that's lying,
right.
prophesying out their own heart. And the Lord told us don't do that.
That's what he said.
Find out what he said before you act like you're so disappointed because somebody deceived you.
Right. "And I will forsake you."
Uh-oh.
"And the city that I gave you and your fathers."
Yeah.
"And cast you out of my presence."
That's right.
Verse 40. "And I will bring an everlasting reproach upon you. A perpetual shame which shall not be forgotten."
See that?
So that's the conclusion what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And it did happen because our forefathers, guess what? They were saying the burden of the Lord when he didn't send them. False prophets. It is what's going on this day. Niggas out here talking about they prophets, they men of the Lord. The Most High didn't send you, nor did he speak to you saying nothing that you talking about. Y'all lying.
When you pervert the words of the living God, do you know that he cares for his children because he's a consuming fire to warn you from him, to send a prophet to testify against you in order to save you and burn you up?
Right.
So he'll give you a chance, and this was the chance in Jeremiah 23 to let you know what his word is compared to fire, because our God is a consuming fire, and he's a jealous God.
Right.
And his word is like a hammer that breaks the rock to pieces. But then yet you and your mouths are being lying all over the place, making lies in hypocrisy.
Right.
And then you don't think that the Lord is going to send Jeremiah to warn you from him? From you saying the burden of the Lord, and the Lord didn't say it?
He didn't say it.
Didn't even say it. Just read Malachi 1 so I can give you an example about how he opens up with saying the burden, so you can understand when he's dealing with his prophets versus when a prophet that's lying and running, the Lord didn't even put a word in his mouth. Satan put a word in your mouth. So what does it say about Malachi, just where it says, verse 1?
Malachi chapter 1, verse 1.
Listen.
"The burden of the word of the Lord."
You hear that?
"To Israel."
You hear that?
"By Malachi."
You hear that? So you see how that opened up? The burden of the Lord.
To Israel.
To Israel. By who?
By Malachi.
By Malachi. See that? See, he actually was working with Malachi the prophet. Certain of y'all that are out there speaking lies, he ain't working with you. So the Lord had to go into Jeremiah, the 23rd chapter, to say, if you're saying the burden of the Lord to Israel, and you're trying to bring a word to Israel and said it came from the Most High, and it did not, he said he going to utterly forget you.
Yeah.
"I never knew you. Depart from me, you workers of iniquity." I didn't speak that.
Right.
I didn't tell you to run like I told Malachi to give the burden of the Lord by the prophet Malachi. So that's an example so that you can understand how the opening of what it means to say the burden of the Lord.
Right.
It's his messengers, his prophets that's going to come and speak his word. And they're going to speak it faithfully.
Oh, yeah.
They're not going to add. They're not going to take away. They're not going to speak their own word. This doctrine comes from above. Matter of fact, one more. Deuteronomy 32:1. So people can understand that this word, where it's coming from. Instead of you just coming up with your own words to go out and deceive his people and give them bad leaven. The leaven of Herod.
Yeah.
You love the leaven of Herod. You guys love the leaven of Herod.
I'm going to say this too. Get a sense. These things talking about, why your wife giving a sense? Nigga, because the Most High pulled the spirit out of the son's daughter. So she going to get a sense. And guess what? It's on the spirit to bring out the chapter verse. Guess what? I will read it. And I'm
because
going
it's
to
read.
speak
It's not my word,
right, so,
but the Bible.
Right,
You know how
I
y'all
don't
say
give
that?
a damn about what none of you wicked niggas talking about or heathens. That's what it is. 32:1. Just
Yes.
I mean, not just Deuteronomy 32:1.
That's right.
It says, "Give ear, O ye heavens,
O ye heavens,
and I will speak.
see that? He gonna speak.
And hear, O earth,
That's right.
the words of my mouth."
His mouth. That's right. The words of his mouth.
Right. We'll keep going.
Yeah.
All right, verse 2. My doctrine should drop as the rain.
His doctrine is gonna drop just like the rain.
My speech shall distill as the dew.
And his speech is gonna distill just like the dew.
As the small rain upon the tender
That's right.
herb.
Mm-hmm.
And as the showers upon the grass.
That's right.
We'll keep going.
Mm-hmm.
Because, verse 3, because I will publish the name of the Lord.
That's right.
Ascribe ye greatness unto our God.
Our God.
Verse 4. He is the rock.
Yes, he is.
His work is perfect.
His word is perfect.
For all his ways are judgment.
All his ways are judgment.
A God of truth.
That's what he's a God of what?
Truth.
Truth. So anytime he's dealing with a prophet, he's going to speak truth to that prophet to bring that burden to his people. Because he's a spirit of truth.
That's right. And without iniquity.
And he don't have no iniquity in him. So you can see why he hates iniquity.
Right.
And workers of iniquity.
Just and right is he.
Just and right is he. Yeah. Just and right is he.
That's right.
So that's what you're getting from this God.
Yeah.
Not deception. Not the spirit of error. Not lies and hypocrisy.
Nope.
Not guile.
Nah.
Guile should not be coming out of your mouth. And you're saying you're a follower of Mashiach.
Right.
You're a follower of Christ. If guile is coming out of your mouth, you don't follow no Christ. You're not an Israelite indeed who's no God, like he told Nathaniel when he was gathering his disciples.
Right.
In the days of John and his showing in the land of Judea.
Nah, you ain't.
You speaking guile out your mouth. You lying when you saying you following Christ. You following Satan, the tail.
Right. Because if you follow my shot, you shouldn't have no lies coming out your mouth.
No.
If you follow my shot, you should not be out here teaching things that's not written. Because guess what? The apostle said, what's that scripture? It says something about they teach a different doctrine.
Yeah.
It's talking about the doctrine of Mashiach and what's written. Y'all not teaching that doctrine.
Nah.
If you're teaching lies.
Because it ain't coming from the Most High if you're saying the burden of the Lord and said he said it. But I'm glad that the Lord put it on the spirit of Jeremiah back then to say, hey, don't say the burden of the Lord. And I want you to write this to the people. Not just the priests and the prophets, the people too.
Yeah,
Go
y'all
study
read
that chapter.
Jeremiah 23.
Yes.
Understand what it's talking about, the burden of the Lord. Read from all the way from verse 1 all the way down.
And look at the
because
consequences.
There's a lot of falsehood
Yeah.
going out here trying to say the Most High said it when he didn't say it.
Didn't say it.
And that's the burden of the Lord.
And look how he included the people. Because a lot of people just want to blame the priest and the prophet.
No,
but what about the people running their mouth too?
It's the people too.
Do you know how many people out there lying out there saying the Lord said something and didn't even say it?
Right. There's a lot of people you know what they're doing? Because they're not reading for themselves. They hear what people saying.
Yeah.
And they run it. So when you question them, they don't know what to say. I'm like, hold on, this says this, and then they skedaddle.
Yeah.
Because it's not from the Most High.
It didn't come from
It came from man.
And they ain't checking it out and saying,
Lying
wait a
man
minute, is it written? Because it should be written.
Not.
It's not.
Nope.
They just hearing what someone is saying and didn't try the spirit to see, did it come from the Most High or did it come from Satan?
Right.
Or did it come from the sleight of a man?
Right. And most times, if it ain't was written, it's coming from the sleight and lies of a man. They twisted stuff.
Yeah.
So we want to bring this out to let it be known. You can't just blame everybody for what you're not doing, as far as you reading and studying and understand the Most High word.
And why you got caught up in lies.
Right. The Most High put a spirit out of the sons and daughters. So if we was in lies, we got to read to get out of them lies. And we can't just blame them and stop trying to just always talking about your own people who got deceived themselves. And it's crazy. I'm going to say it again. It's a beast out here that's spreading lies amongst the whole earth. And nobody's, when I say nobody, a lot of our people ain't talking about that beast. We do have our brothers and sisters talking about it. But the ones who always talking about camps and churches, y'all need to start talking about this beast too if y'all really believe what's written. Because they got a judgment coming to them. They the true deceivers. So speak about them too because it's written. Stop talking about, your brothers all the time and your sisters, man, and act like they the great deceivers. No, this beast is the great deceiver. They speaking and talking. They with this dragon, and all that. The false prophet. Why I ain't talking about that? That's all we's trying to say. You know what I'm saying? We got deceived. We came out of the lies. We returning back to the Most High, His Son. Now, we're going to get our brothers and sisters out of darkness. If they understand what's written, we're going to teach it. The Most High can only recover them. We just going to speak the word. But this beast,
there's no recovery.
you're not even talking. There's no recovery. Y'all not even talking about this beast.
You can't
the beast
say the beast.
You can't say the beast and his children. So we just want to let you know, don't let them off the hook and don't say anything about them. They're the ones that deceive the whole world.
And we want your heart to heal from blaming one another. Because remember the scriptures say, be not deceived, God's not mocked. So you can't blame deception on someone if you're not following the Most High yourself. Who told you to put yourself up under a man?
Right.
Didn't he say, come up under me and let everybody be a liar?
Yeah.
So that's why you guys got to understand this. I don't think people understand. Say Jeremiah 23. We got to go back there, y'all, because if we have a bitter heart toward all these people in leadership, we got to go back to the drawing board, because the Most High, all we got to do is say, hey, don't fear them. Remember he said the prophet that said certain thing and don't come to pass, it said don't fear him. You just get away from them.
Right.
That's it. Why do you got to spend all your life making videos upon videos and battling? Now you ain't even feeding the sheep no more.
Right.
So you're dedicating your life and being bitter towards someone. Well, they deceived me 40 years ago. Whoa. So the Lord just told you, didn't I tell you, don't say the burden of the Lord?
Right.
To the people, to the prophet, and to the priest. What did I say?
Right.
And because every man perverted my word. So in order to combat that, I'm going to make everybody a liar now and say, that's your word. Everybody's speaking their own word. But when I speak a word, it's truth. So find out what I'm saying. And then you won't be deceived.
Right.
But if you go to a man's mouth, you may be deceived. Right. You're taking a chance. But when you go to the Most High, he's not a man that he should lie.
Nope.
He's going to speak the truth.
His word going to be true every time.
And it's not going to come back to him void. So that's what he's telling you. The message to us is you cannot keep trying to demonize people who you set out to say, they deceived me. You come out from amongst them, mark them that did that, but at the same time, do not keep going on and on when the Lord already said, no, did not tell you, don't say the burden of the Lord. Jeremiah, tell him.
Yeah. And I gotta say this too. a lot of these brothers though and sisters that came out of the lie, they said it was wicked when they was in it.
Yeah.
But only because they got booted out, they want to come out and speak. You know, so that's not cool. If you was in something that's wicked, if you really believe in the Most High and His word, you will speak out against it. If they boot you out, so be it. But you're not gonna wait till them to boot you out and then start making 1,000 videos and say I was in a cult, I was in a camp. You knew what they was doing when you was in it. But because you got thrown out, now you want to sit there and act like you got some inside scoop. That's wicked on your behalf too. Because you don't stand up for righteousness, man. So that's saying a lot about yourself.
Yeah.
And so when this brand is not over, man.
Yeah, because when you study to show yourself approved, it's just you and the Most High and His word, right? So when it's you and the Spirit, then you don't have nobody to blame. Because you got to get everybody out your ear. And it has to be you. And this is what my parents did to me and the household that I grew up in. And I'm thankful that my parents did that. They didn't hand me over to a school. They didn't hand me over to a pastor. My dad and my mom. They didn't do that. They gave me the word. And they sat down and they said, here, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. And you get everybody out your ear. And you let everybody be a liar. And you let him be true. And I think that's where we didn't do. We just handed somebody over to some man. Yeah. And then later on, we're like, I can't believe they lied. But then the Most High never lied. Christ never lied. His prophets never lied. They're not men that goes around just trying to lie. And bring the sleight of men. So you have to understand the importance of having your children as well as yourself of age, being men and women of the Lord, to sit down with the word and have an ear to hear what the Spirit is saying to the churches. You got to develop an ear to hear the word for yourself and let him bring all this back to our remembrance. Because we once knew these things. It was told to our ancestors to pass it down to our children. And that way it won't be no, I slipped you a Mickey or deception. in your ear. It'll be straight truth when you get it straight from the Spirit. It's just straight pure word. His words are pure.
Yeah,
and it's tried. It's tried in a fire 7 times. Tried in a fire like gold is tried, like it's refined, and it's pure. And so when you letting him speak it to you, he's not lying to you.
Nope.
But when the deception comes in, when the slight comes in, because you're sitting up under this man and he's telling you, this is how, see, this is the northern kingdom.
Yeah.
See, pancakes that didn't get flipped. And then later on, it's like now you can't break that lie because now your conscience is seared with a hot iron, because now the Lord can't even get to your ear now.
Nope.
Because the lie is embedded in your forehead. Right. So the truth can't come into your ear now, because now you're warned because what that man taught you versus what the Most High spoke to you through his prophets or through his son in these last days and his apostles that took the law and testimony out.
Right.
And us now, we can get that gift of the Spirit to speak his word faithfully too.
Yeah.
But if you start lying in his name, he's going to be upset with you. So now, from now on, we're going to be without excuse.
No excuses.
No more blaming camps.
Nope.
Pastors that you want to call Pastor Pork Chop or whatever. And y'all battling each other and going back and forth with each other.
You got to deal with you did in your life.
On how you studied it for yourself. Because it's like, wait a minute, you didn't even spend time in my word. You didn't do that.
You can't keep blaming everybody else for what you're not doing, spending time in the Most High Word.
You can't blame nobody. Well, I've been talking on the phone with so-and-so every day. But
well, have you been talking in the Word every day? Have you been spending time in the Word every day?
Yeah, we're not impressed by who you've been talking on the phone with every day. People can say, well, I had so-and-so. Get that person out your ear and let the prophets talk to you every day. And let the apostles talk to you every day. And let the Most High's Word talk to you. We're not impressed with somebody giving you Bible studies.
Nah.
It's nothing wrong for us to fellowship, but spend some time, some quality time to get to know your Father, just like a woman. In order, like when you court someone, I don't get to know him through somebody else's mouth. You sit down and y'all spend time together, quality time, when you're in a relationship, to get to know somebody when you're courting somebody. Right. So court this book. Covet these spiritual gifts. Spend time with the Word. Don't spend time with other people and then make them your head and the voice of reasoning in your mind. Right. You sit down and you let everybody be a liar. Let the Father talk to you. True. And pray that the Father will open up your understanding like he did his disciples. And show him his word. Ask the Father for that. Yeah. Well, if you ask to receive it on lust, that you're asking amiss. Yeah. Ask him in sincerity and truth. And if it's the Lord's will, in his appointed time, he'll open up your understanding. Yeah. If it's his will. But if you're doing wickedness and you're out there sinning in line his name, he's not going to reveal nothing to you. Nah, it's going to be closed.
You're going to be blinded.
Yes, you're going to be blinded, man. So you got to get to know his word, because if not, people can feed you lies and feed you deception. And even though you may say, oh, that's my friend, or, I've been knowing such and such.
It don't matter.
It don't matter. Let every man be a liar. Don't say the burden of the Lord.
It don't matter, man.
You spend time. Study to show thyself approved. Get everybody out your ear.
All these false scholars and false people that's teaching, man. All that, like the scriptures say, the wisdom of this world is foolishness to the Most High. Yeah. So a lot of people might sound wise, and a lot of people might sound they got wisdom. It's foolishness to the Most High. Yeah. Because the scriptures, what it say? If they don't speak according to this word, there's no light in them. No light. So it don't matter if they keep coming to you all these books and fake like they got wisdom. If they're not speaking according to this word, there's no light in them, man. I know. And I'm going to read the scripture, then we're going to speak it and close it out with this. I'm read it again. I read it before. Now, I'm going to say it again. Don't blame, like my wife said when we was just talking about brothers in camps, for you being deceived. Don't blame churches for being deceived. Read for yourself and get to know the Most High, because he left his word for all of us to understand it.
Yes, he did.
Now I'm going to read 2 Corinthians 11. I got to read this again in case you forgot. 11 and 3. But I fear lest by any means, as the serpent beguiled, who? Eve. Through his what? Subtlety. So your minds,
your own minds,
should be corrupted from the simplicity that is in Mashiach.
I know.
So I got to read that again. Understand that. Read that. Meditate that. Yeah. And we want to just let it be known. We want to come out to bring this out to let our people understand. Stop blaming everybody for what you have the understanding and knowledge to receive, which is the Most High Word. He poured the Spirit out on the sons and daughters. We can't keep blaming everybody for what they teaching. Let's teach the word in truth. Yeah. and let's speak the Most High word how it's written, and stop blaming everybody. It's a beast out here that nobody's talking about. He's speaking lies and deceiving the whole world, but y'all don't talk about this beast.
Blasphemies.
He's blaspheming against the Most High and His Son.
And you can't be forgiven of that.
You can't be. It says this bastard sins has reached the heavens, and nobody's talking about that.
Not showing the mind of the beast.
Right. So.
Because the mind of Christ and the mind of beast is two different minds.
Right. So come on now, we got to stop this, man. We're going to keep calling out what's the lie, but at the same time, when we going to start charging the wicked, the true enemy, which is these heathens? When we going to do that? So we want to brace out the show. You can't just be trying to blame somebody for you getting caught up in lies, because it says, what had the Most High say, and what did they say?
I know.
What's the burden of the Lord?
I know.
So,
and that's how you sidestep that.
Right.
Yeah.
You can't sit and say, he said this, and I said, wait a minute. What did the Most High say?
Yeah.
So you can't say, oh, the Most High didn't say that, but
well,
that's what he said.
I know. That's that man's word.
Right.
But like you said, this is the Most High's word. So it's not like we're back in Jerusalem where we had to go to an actual priest in the temple, because they had captains, Levites, that was appointed to the charge. Now he made it to where he poured out his spirit and had interpreters come in and put it on the minds of holy men to translate the words through his prophets to speak to us. So it's right in your houses.
It's right
there. Back in the day, said they're in hotels. They're there. You can get a Bible. You
So,
can get it in Braille. You can get it on audio. You can get it in written word. You can get giant print, large print. If you can't see the book, you can get somebody to read it for you. All that.
So the point is, there's no excuses.
No excuses.
There's no excuses, man. So hopefully y'all brothers and sisters got some understanding.
Yeah.
We just want to let it be known that the Most High be true, every man a liar.
That's right.
What did the Most High say?
What did he say?
It says the burden of the Lord. Can't keep blaming everybody for you not studying for yourself.
That's your fault.
It's your fault.
That's your fault. Why you not studying and saying, what is my father saying
you gotta study,
to me as a son or daughter?
Your brothers and sisters, you got to study for yourself.
You got to.
Stop letting man tell you what this means and try to bring down the scriptures. Ask the Most High to open up your understanding and read and get the understanding.
That's
so you won't be deceived.
So you won't be deceived.
So nonetheless,
yes.
So our brothers and sisters scattered throughout the four corners of the earth from the enemy's lands, which is all black, scattered abroad.
That's right.
Greetings,
Greetings,
y'all,
and
man.
we love you so much. Love you much.
Right, and until next time, none but love to y'all, man. All right.